Hey, I'm Blake.
And I'm Dave.
We're back for another weekly movie stream, Dave.
Yes.
We're doing the thing. It's one of our last few with you in Ohio.
Yerp. And I'm pretty excited about it.
I would be too, dude. You got everything settled. You got your new placement. You got your start date. Am I right?
Sorta? Not really. So basically what's happening is my new boss is like, hey, I think this day is when I want you to show up.
Yeah.
My current boss is like, let me calm down.
Okay. This one goes out to your current boss. Let him go. Free Dave.
Free Dave. Everybody join the Free Dave movement, where we all send a letter to the postmaster of Cincinnati and tell her to let me go.
Dox her. What's her address, Dave?
Yeah, how about I not, though? 'Cause I could still get fired.
We're gonna march. I've been picketing a lot lately, so I've got the spirit. I'm ready, man.
Well, how about you? How about your week? How's that been going for you?
It's been fine. It's been good. I went and saw an Angel City soccer game last night, which was fun. I like to do that. Want to get a chance. Not too much. Lots of work stuff I've been doing as well. But I did watch a movie, like I told you before on some of our other streams, that I've been watching some Disney and Pixar movies I might have missed.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So I got to another one. I got to a movie called Onward from 2020.
Okay.
I loved it. It was really good. It was really cute.
I never even heard of it. What is it?
It's called Onward. Let me help myself help you and tell you a little bit about Onward, because I was like, I know what it's about, but I don't know what the characters are supposed to be. They're kind of like elves, almost like Pixar elves, and it came out during 2020. It was like voices by Tom Holland. And our favorite guy, Chris Pratt. Who doesn't love Chris Pratt and everything?
Oh, I do remember hearing about this, actually.
Yeah. So, according to IMDb, in a magical world full of technological advances, elven brothers Ian and Barley Lightfoot set out on an adventure to resurrect their late father for a day. It's really good. It's really cute, and I really liked it.
Interesting. I do remember thinking that it looked good.
Yeah.
But I never went and saw it. So
it came out during the pandemic, so I didn't go out and see it either. And I think it might have been one of those Disney things where you can pay $20 to see it now.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not gonna do that. Look, I'm not gonna do that.
Nah.
No.
I'll wait.
I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I watched it at home. It was much better that way for me and my wallet.
True. Well, I once again have not watched anything for fun outside of the stream. I mean, granted, I did really want to watch the movie one of the movies we're talking about today, but Chloe and I started a new series. It's not a new series. It's a new to us series.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
Called Silo
series. What?
Yeah. It's called Silo.
Okay. What's Silo? What's this on? I don't know anything about this.
So it's on Apple TV. Okay. And we only can watch it because Chloe has Apple TV and I don't.
That's helpful.
So it's based on a book series.
Okay.
It's created by Graham Yost. Based on the Wool series of novels by author Hugh Howey. And so basically the premise is, in a dystopian future, a community exists in a giant silo, hundreds of stories deep underground. 10,000 people live in a society full of regulations they believe are meant to protect them. But immediately off the bat, they make you question whether or not it's real, because the only thing you can see from above ground is camera footage. And make you they introduce things that are is the footage doctored to make you stay here?
Oh, interesting. Okay. That's a cool concept. I don't know anything about this, nor have I heard of it. But, sounds good. I do have access to Apple TV Plus.
It's pretty good so far. We had to watch 2 episodes right in a row because we, don't have much time to stream right now. But, it was really good so far.
Graham Yost, I think he did the series Justified. I think it was. It was like a really popular series for a long time. But you know what else he wrote? Speed, the original Speed.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because we talked about him because on our podcast proper, First Price Films, our actual show. It was our first episode ever that we did. Episode 1, we talked about action films, vehicle-related action films. We talked about F9, and we talked about Speed, which is a great film. But I did do so much like research and stuff. I wanted to be so prepared for our first episode that I went deep. Like, who wrote it? What else did they write? What did they done? So I got deep into the Graham Yost verse, I guess.
We kept like none of that in the episode too.
No, we talked for 7.5 hours.
We totally did. That was a little fun fact, a little nugget about our first episode. We talked for literally 7 hours.
Too long. Too fucking long.
Yes.
We learned a lot.
Speaking of our first episode, on this most recent holiday we had, Memorial Day, a bunch of my family came over to my parents' house, and some of my cousins were saying that one of my cousins was saying that her brother, my cousin Josh, who lives out in LA, he is all about our show. He watches it and listens to it all the time.
Oh,
and I was like, oh, that's awesome. Apparently he talks about it all the time, and
really,
then he loves it.
Yeah.
And then it prompted me to like show them some things, and then I made the mistake of going back and listening to just the introduction for episode 1, where we say which movies we picked.
Hey, I'm Blake. Hey, I'm Dave. Welcome to NPR's First Price Films. Yeah, we're gonna battle some films out here today. Good to have you here. Yeah, everything's turning over. Dave, tell us what movie you went to.
It's so funny how like we talk how we are now.
Yeah.
And listening back, we literally like. So I made Blake watch.
It's
Fast and Furious, Fast 9, which is a movie about cars.
I concur, Dave. Keen observation. Let's move on. We're talking about Speed. It's like it's like one of those things where I went back and listened to this a few months ago as well. I was like, whatever. I was like checking our podcast feeds on different services because sometimes they can be wonky, and like one populated and it was like, hey, listen to the first episode. And I was like, okay. And I got like 10 minutes into it. I was like, I can't do it anymore.
Bad.
But here we are. It's been. Oh my God! Actually, wait. Is it today?
Happy anniversary, dude! We fucking forgot our own anniversary. Oh my God!
I was like something about June. Hey, thank you so much, Chloe.
Thanks, Chloe Wan.
We literally a year ago.
Funny, dude.
We walked right into that one.
Oh, son of a
I'm not even mad. Okay, I'm a little mad. Oh, I'm definitely mad. Bro.
It's the black licorice.
The fuck,
is it black licorice?
Of course it is.
Did you get a sleeve of just black licorice?
It's all black licorice. Oops, all black licorice. What the fuck?
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Taco Steve would rather eat me instead.
It's true.
Okay, well, fuck you, man. Here we go. I feel bad. This is bad.
Oh,
what the fuck are you doing?
Fuck.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Why can't we do something new? Where like we actually eat like real candy, and the thing is, how much candy can you make me eat before I go into a coma on camera.
It would probably be less painful for you.
That sounds like fun. I'd be a little sweatier, but at least I wouldn't taste fucking licorice, dude. And I got a mango White Claw. Like, that's not going to do anything.
God, that's so fucking funny.
Garbage. Trash.
Oh, I was so happy about our podiversary.
Yeah.
But now I'm like,
happy anniversary. How the fuck did we get here?
Well, for those who are just hearing us, literally 1 year ago today, episode 1 of our podcast came out.
It's true.
It's true. Now we are here bothering the fuck out of you.
Well, everybody has a learning curve, you know. It's that tried and true thing. I've done a lot of new things and explored a lot of things in my life creatively, and every time, you know, you go into it with a plan and you work really hard at it, and then you listen to what you made for the first time. You're like, man, I can't wait, and you play it back, and you're like, God damn it, we suck. This is embarrassing, and I hate it.
To be fair, I didn't think that at all. I don't know if you did, but like I listened to that first episode because we recorded it in October
of 2021.
And we did not release it until June of 2022.
Yeah, when I had COVID. I was on my deathbed.
I listened to that episode on repeat at work as a carrier for like months because I was like,
I'm ready.
We did a thing. Yeah, we did a thing. And now I'm sure, just like you, in 10 minutes, I'd be like,
well, it's funny because like we got it done. I was like, all right. And I just didn't listen to it. I don't know. I don't like to, but before all of this, you'd never know it now because all I do is fucking talk. I dislike seeing myself on camera. I dislike hearing my own voice, and it's something I really wanted to do with you. And I was like, whatever, I'm just going to get over it, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do my best. Yeah. And so we finished that episode, and we weren't like, we filmed it, but like we didn't cut the episode with us on camera. Yeah. And I listened to it back a couple weeks before it aired for like the first time in months. And I was like, oh man, I'm going to listen to it. So I listened to it back and I was like, what the fuck have we done? What have we done? I am never going to recover from this emotionally, financially, or otherwise. My life is over. So here we are. It's been a year. Still dying.
Been a year and Blake still hates everything. And
I'm miserable. And now I just have to eat Neckos on top of it.
Clubby One makes us eat Neckos.
Everything is awful. And I want to die.
Which is the lesser known Lego song.
But yeah, whatever. Happy anniversary, Dave. I love you.
I love you too, buddy.
And happy anniversary to everybody here in the chat. I know there's not a ton of you, but I love you guys. You know,
yeah,
we have a lot of our day ones. We started streaming in like July of last year, so we're not quite there yet, but we're gonna get there.
Almost.
That first stream is hilarious. It is wildly uncoordinated, and you can see that's still on our YouTube channel. So if you want to see Dave and I be really, really shitty at streaming, I think it starts, and I'm like, is it going? Is it on? I don't know. I think we're like,
we boomered the fuck out of that, dude.
Oh, we boomered it so hard. It's just, I don't know. It's just kind of where we are in life.
Yeah.
But you know, whatever. We're trying. We're doing our best. I'm having fun. That's the point. Are you having fun?
So movie news. Yes, I'm having fun. I love our streams, and I don't think we ever were as like dull and monotone in our streams as we were on our fucking podcast episode.
Probably not. We did a lot of learning, and honestly, a lot of our stream stuff, like being able to do this and just be off the cuff and weird and talk for a couple hours every week, helped out with the podcast too. It helped out with the way I write, but the way the podcast goes, and like I was for like the first like most of the episodes of season 1, every time I'd cut them, I'm like, oh God, I'm so bad. I'm so bad. I have no idea how to talk into a microphone. So,
well, you figured it out, and
no,
so did I.
Because you definitely, well, you were fine from the beginning, and you have that charming, buttery laugh that everybody loves.
Okay, to be fair, it's just a goose monk.
I love that for us.
No, to be fair, I immediately knew what our issue was from day one on our first episode. Blake.
Me. I was the episode, yeah. Once I got cut, everything turned out pretty good.
It's because I remember after listening, I was like, why did we do that? It's because I remember you were afraid of, your neighbors being upset because we tend to get lively in our discussions. So you're like, we need to keep it down. So that's why, like, basically we were trying to just talk in a very even tempered tone.
Yeah. Well, even looking back at the footage too, we're like laughing about something. Because I don't know, maybe you wouldn't believe this listening to the stream or the podcast, but I'm a quiet person. I do my stuff. I keep to myself. I keep my TV at a reasonable volume. Like all those
quite
things.
The opposite of me.
Yeah, Dave is just like a bull in a Circuit City over here. He's just going crazy. But me, I'm very quiet, and so we didn't start recording until like 8 p.m. and we talked it till deep into the morning hours. And so, stupid. We're laughing and stuff, and I'm like, oh, Jesus. And now I don't give a shit. I don't care. They can't evict me. I have rent control. You're going to drag my corpse out of this place. Try me.
Yeah, and I'm not going to care when we stream when I get to LA, so.
I stopped caring a long time ago. I say a long time ago. It was about 6 to 7-ish months ago. I stopped caring. A long time ago.
Yeah, I remember the moment you were like, fuck it. I don't.
Yeah, I was like, what? Nobody said anything. And still, to this day, nobody has said a word to me.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah, I knew they weren't gonna.
Yeah, I'm probably not as loud as I think I am, so.
You're not. Yeah. You're only loud when I'm over.
That's true. I'm aggressively loud. People know when you're over. I close all my fucking windows and stuff, too, and it's just, they rattle a little bit when you laugh. It's cute.
Yep.
But anyway, congratulations, Dave. Happy 1-year podiversary. We're still alive, barely eking it out. And thanks to everybody who listens, who's even listened to one episode or tuned in for one stream. We love and appreciate you.
Yes, we do. Thank you so much.
Enough about us. Let's move on to the movie industry, which is on fire.
It's so on fire.
Oh boy, we got some movie news, Dave. So,
yes,
do you want to start, or would you like me to start?
I'll start.
Cool. Hit me.
So, you're gonna like this.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
like legitimately. So, excuse me. So sorry. Netflix shareholders have denied a pay package for their executives that was $166 million, which was more than double what the WGA is asking for during their writer's strike.
Yes. Good. Fuck them. That's what I'm talking about. That's that pressure, It's like the writers are striking. SAG-AFTRA has also signaled that they just last night or yesterday authorized a vote to strike. So they're gonna vote on whether to strike here coming up at, I think, the end of the month or early July is when they have their contract negotiations. So they're probably going to strike, and they should, because they voted overwhelmingly to authorize a strike vote, which is great.
Well, good.
And I hope the board members are feeling nobody gets paid anything if you don't have any content to sell. Dude, you think your subscribers are dropping like flies now? Just wait until all you can do is fight over who has the rights to Friends and The Office. Shit is gonna be bleak, dude. Hey, Icky.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, my friend.
We appreciate you, man.
God bless you. Do we have to Neko for that? Did I don't know. It's our podiversary. Fuck us, right?
Fuck. I'm just waiting for Chloe to come in and say yes, because as soon as she says it.
I'm just hoping for not a licorice one.
Oh, no. Please, somebody say we don't have to.
I have the Pepto-Bismol one.
I have the Lemon Pledge one.
Good, because I feel sick.
Oh, we're doing it? Okay.
No, this one's bad, too. This one's really bad. Not licorice bad. It was not good. I like the lemon ones.
No, dude, I would have a better time if I just straight up took some Lemon Pledge and was in my fucking mouth.
Like it's a fucking
that. Mint breath spray.
Lemon breast spray. Ooh. Oh, that one was extra dusty too. Some of that shit got my eyes. I crunched on that. It was like a plume. Shit. God. Well, that's miserable. Thanks, Icky. You're terrible. I'm just kidding. Well, segueing off of your strike news, because good. I hope like board members of all these studios are denying pay rate. Like, how fucking insane do you have to be like the CEO of like a big studio when you have writers who are like trying to get jobs as waiters for the moment, and they're like, you know what? I think I do deserve another $100 million a year.
What the fuck? Like, that's so messed up that they even like it's even on the board like that.
Yeah. Wow. Like, read the room, you dumb shit. Drive around most of Los Angeles and you'll see. They were also striking yesterday at Apple stores because there's the big WWDC thing. And so they authorized some strike stuff in front of the stores around LA.
Oh, no shit. Cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But to segue off of that, little backstabbers known as the Directors Guild of America has struck a deal with the studios after indicating they might possibly strike in solidarity. Nope. Fuck you. They struck a deal.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. So we got the DGA. They got what they wanted, even though they didn't really get that much. But like, still, thanks for the solidarity, you fucks.
Right. What the fuck?
Yeah, that was dumb. But I also appreciate the way the WGA responded to it, because like, cool, glad you guys got what you want. It changes our position in zero ways, so we're gonna hold strong.
Good for you, that's fucking cool. Yeah.
And I was like, good, be above it.
Yeah.
And whatever. I'm still gonna be out. I'm going out Thursday again to hit the picket line, and yeah, we're gonna keep doing it. It might go all summer. If the studios were smart, it wouldn't. But we'll see. Talks open up again in July, so
studios are not smart. So
studios, everybody wants a yacht, and listen, if I gotta pay a writer to write my show, and I gotta pay him $30,000, how am I gonna get a new paint job on half of my boat?
Well, speaking of studios being assholes and or stupid,
Icky coming in hot, by the way.
He is. He's already told me how he feels, and I can't wait to get into it.
Me too.
Disney apparently has fired Pixar's director, who was also the producer, who was known for saving Toy Story 2.
I did see this because what was it based off of? Like, wasn't the performance of something?
Of the the movie Lightyear.
Lightyear, that's right.
Because Lightyear did so badly.
Yeah.
That they fired this person, even though she fucking saved Toy Story 2. She was the person who had like all the 90% of the footage got deleted, and she still had it on. Yes.
They fired her?
They fired her, dude. She still had it like on a thumb drive or some shit, and they fired her.
What? That is insanity. That's insanity. It goes to show, man, the machine will eat you up and spit you out. You're only as good as the last thing you did. Wow. Awful. That's terrible, man.
Also, to be fair, they didn't fire just her. They fired like 70 other people.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. You guys watched Lightyear, and you didn't tell us it sucked? You can't. Sir, I bring the bagels. Please don't fire me.
Galen Sussman, who is the director, or the producer, I guess, not necessarily director, is the producer. They fired the director of Lightyear also, I should say.
Okay.
But the director, producer, Galen Sussman, had a 26-year tenure at Pixar.
Wow.
Pixar.
On Pixar.
On Pixar.
Dave,
Disney.
Celebrating his 73rd birthday very soon.
I gotta watch my programs.
Oh, dude. That's like, I don't know. That's cold-blooded, man.
It's super cold.
Well, it's tough, though, because, Disney, upstart company, plucking along. Very thin margins, their profits are just
the thinnest,
barely anything. Everybody's teetering, it's that that startup culture. Everybody's really scrappy. So, Yeah, I guess I get it. I get it when you're
And
riding that close to the line.
the fun fact.
Yeah.
They're such a low budget company that all of their animations are done by hand.
Oh, it's true. You know, I've heard that. Because nothing beats hard work and a little elbow grease, Dave.
Apparently.
Yep, it's true. I bought a house in 1967 for $3.80.
Mm-hmm. And wages were $1.50.
I worked at a factory for 3 days, and I own 4 acres.
I have beachfront property in Los Angeles.
I don't want to talk about it too much. The help will explain the rest of it.
Oh my God.
Well, I have some fun news.
Okay.
So Michel Gondry, the visually inventive director of films like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and The Science of Sleep and Be Kind, Rewind, would like to try out a horror film after watching so many of them during the pandemic. And I'm like, that would be sick. Like a Michel Gondry horror film. Like, as long as you get Charlie Kaufman to write it, by the way.
Yeah.
Then that would be great because I love Charlie Kaufman's work and their work together is great. But Charlie Kaufman has to. I know it's not his job to serve me, but like, can you make him? I love your movies so much, but I have an existential crisis every time I watch one of them. I feel terrible for multiple days on end. Multiple days. I watched I'm Thinking of Ending Things during the pandemic, and I was like, I'm thinking of ending things too now. Shit is bleak. It's really good. It's fantastic, but I would love to see a Michel Gondry horror film.
Yeah, I sure I'd be along for that ride. I mean, I only can really visually remember Eternal Spotless Sunshine of Mind. Whatever the fuck I just said. Eternal Sunshine of the Spot. Whatever, you fucking know what I mean.
Yeah. The Sunshine movie with Jim
Carrey,
with the Riddler,
with the guy who played the Riddler.
Yeah, it's that's the thing, Icky. I watch that movie every couple years. It's so good. It's so good, and
it is a very good movie.
It still looks amazing. You know, a lot of practical effects go into that stuff. Michel Gondry also helped create the show Kidding, which also starred Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, yeah.
Only got 2 seasons, which is a shame because it's one of my favorite shows that's come out in a very long time. And boy, I wanted more.
Fun fact about Kidding: when I was in acting class, we got to perform scenes from that show in class.
Oh, really?
Before it was made, yeah, when they were still casting it.
No shit.
Yes, my acting studio that I was a part of, they would have us all. They would get sides. They would get audition sides for these shows, and then they would give them to us in class to practice. And one day I was like, "Wait, if you're getting the sides, why can't you get us auditions?"
Yeah. So the sides are like parts of the script, like
yes, sorry,
for auditions, right? Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good point. Why didn't you audition for Kidding, Dave?
They wouldn't let me.
I'm retroactively disappointed in you.
I know, me too. It's fine.
Fix it.
Okay, fine. I'll fix it. So the one piece of movie news that I have been the most excited to talk about.
Yes.
Because it makes me laugh and then immediately angry. Tom Cruise is angry at Oppenheimer and Barbie taking Mission Impossible 7 screens from IMAX. He's mad, and apparently he has asked the rival studios to push back their premiere dates so that his stupid 7th fucking Mission Impossible movie can have the IMAX screens longer. Yes, Colby Wan. Tom Cruise doesn't need to sit down and be fucking humble. Yeah, are you serious, dude?
Get Kendrick on the case. This is ridiculous.
The 2 most anticipated movies of the fucking year that aren't like comic book or video game movies.
Right.
And Mission Impossible 7 fucking stars like, oh, well, that's not fair. They're going to take away from my 7th. Shut up, dude. You're going to get fucking humbled so hard after like Top Gun 2 or whatever, and where he's still riding high from that, he's gonna get fucking knocked on his ass after this, because Barbie and Oppenheimer are gonna crush Mission Impossible 7.
They're going to crush. I in my head, every studio like exec has a little red phone on their desk. That's the Tom Cruise hotline. It's like, oh shit, it's ringing again. God damn it, I can only put this off for so long. Like, Mr. Cruise, how's it going? What do you want? Yep. Yeah. So you want me to tell Christopher Nolan that is like magnum opus film? We got to push that shit back. Yeah. Sorry, we got to wait because Mission Impossible 7.5 part 7 number 7 part 1 has to come out, has to be on some IMAX. It's like, fuck off, dude.
Listen, Truffle, I may not be able to run like Tom Cruise, who's 60, so that's depressing. But
I know I can't.
I can. I don't think there's anything I can do like Tom Cruise, to be honest with you.
I pump my own gas. I know Tom Cruise doesn't do that.
Yeah, there you go. See? Oh, I can say that I'm not a part of a cult.
Ha. I can't, but
I'm not surprised.
Thanks for your input, Dave. Yeah, that's the thing. Tom Cruise could beat the shit out of me. If Tom Cruise went on the spree, he's like, I'm going to find every asshole on the internet who ever said anything about me, and I'm going to go to their apartment and break their legs. I'd be like, that's it for me. Bye. This Tom Cruise would be 84 years old and could cripple me. I know that for a fact. Doesn't make him less of a douche.
He's such a douche. By the way, little not necessarily fun fact, but little tidbit that every time I hear about Tom Cruise and inevitably Scientology
and Xenu
and Xenu. I don't know if you knew this, but
what?
Apparently the founder of Scientology's wife has been missing for 15 years, and they're still claiming that she's alive, and the cops can't investigate because like, everyone's like, I just saw her yesterday.
Okay, so here's the thing. Not the founder of Scientology, the current head of Scientology. Very different. The founder of Scientology, of course, is L. Ron Hubbard, who is dead.
That's right. You're
but the current head, the current head of Scientology, David Miscavige. Also, I don't think anybody's seen him lately. Which is great.
Shelley, thank you, Ursula.
Yeah, it's welcome to the chat. Thank you.
Welcome to the chat.
Us fucking up the history of Scientology has garnered a new chatter, and we appreciate you. But yeah, she hasn't been seen forever. Who knows, dude? I don't trust it. Have you seen? I went down the rabbit hole on Scientology, and like there's the Going Clear HBO doc, which is really good, but also tons of like really weird rabbit hole YouTube videos that I'm like drill in on, and it's
listen,
dude.
Like quite literally, from what I remember of the story, Shelley Miscavige and David, or whatever the fuck his dumbass name is, they got into an argument about something, and then she was never seen again. So obviously he fucking killed her, and because they have so much power for some unknown reason, they're just like, oh no, I just saw her yesterday. Can you see her? No. She's busy, but I just saw her. And apparently people are freaking out because Danny Masterson just got convicted.
Well, yeah, of course, there's only so much the Church of Scientology can do to skirt the law. They already got their tax exempt status, so they can kind of do whatever. But yeah, he sent her on a little vacay,
about 15-year vacation
out to the desert, underground. Of course, we don't want to get sunburns here. Yeah, no, for sure. It's fucked, dude. Scientology is terrible. I've said that before too. Like even being in Los Angeles, I've told you some weird Scientology stories about people like, hey, come on in and stuff. But you actually, I assume, which is dumb, that like, that's a crazy thing. Like that's a crazy thing. I've said shit like that to people, like just joking around about stuff, and they're like, I don't take too kindly to that. And I was like, Like, okay, let me out of this Uber. I don't care where we are. Get me the fuck out of here.
Yes, please.
Weird stuff, but
weird stuff.
But hey, Ursula, thanks for showing up, man. Appreciate you.
Thanks for chatting with us and joining with us. Following's free. I don't know if you do or not, but you should, because we're fun.
You can. Are we?
No.
We'll get into
it. Speaking of Oppenheimer, though, I want to Oppenheimer and Barbie. I have two things, and then I'll toss the ball back to you.
Great.
Christopher Nolan has opened up about the script writing process for Oppenheimer.
Okay.
He wrote it in first person.
Okay. Oh, I like that.
Which he's never done before. He said he doesn't know if anybody's ever done it before. But apparently with the color sequences, which is the bulk of the film, everything is told from Oppenheimer's point of view. You're literally kind of looking through his eyes.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure I can almost guarantee something's been written in the first person point of view, but it is unique for something on that level. Like, Christopher Nolan's a genius. He could be like, I wrote this on the toilet. I said, and nobody's ever written an entire film from the toilet, and he's going to win 15 Academy Awards, and he's going to deserve every single one of them.
I would I would watch the fuck. I would read that script too, but I would watch the fuck out of that movie because Christopher Nolan is my favorite director, so he could do no wrong in my book.
Toilet Chronicles. Yes. Yes, I'm onto something.
And I'd be like, yes, you are.
It starts out in a bowl, swirling water everywhere. It's wet. It's dark.
I'm hooked.
Suddenly,
I'm hooked already.
A light. It appears. Where is it coming from?
I'm fucking hooked.
I'm in it.
But speaking of the Barbie movie, and color, actually, apparently the Barbie movie sets caused an international pink paint shortage.
I read this. That's really funny. Also, why I can't finish painting my apartment, but fine. I'll let you have it, Greta Gerwig. You lovely director.
Yes.
Don't you judge me.
And I will say that I was not I was really not happy about having to see Barbie until I watched the full trailer, and I was like,
I can't wait to see Barbie. Dope. I can't fucking wait to see Barbie. I can't, like I said, we talked about this last week. I'm double featuring Barbie and Oppenheimer. I'm going to see Barbie first because I want to be depressed last and go home and cry.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. Maybe Oppenheimer is the uplifting tale of a man who saved America and saved the world.
I think probably.
Probably. It's probably propaganda for sure. But no, I can't wait, and I'm glad you're on board because I think
I'm on board for sure.
Barbie is in good hands. It is in good hands with Greta Gerwig, with Noah Baumbach too on the script as well. It's it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I think
so.
I will judge accordingly.
Yeah, obviously I will too. I have some very weird takes apparently. So
you have notoriously shitty takes. And that's fine. You know what else is shitty?
What?
83-year-old Al Pacino is set to become a father again with his 29-year-old partner.
Oh, come on. How?
Happy 5th birthday. Your dad's dead.
How? Somebody explain how. What is the biology? Do men just never stop being fucking able to
always fertile?
Fucking what?
Men of his generation are always fertile.
What the fuck? Why? Number one, that's my number one question.
Yeah.
Why?
Fair
Why?
Question. Yeah. Fair
my
question.
number two question is: Is he 64 years older than his girlfriend or his partner?
What is the... I don't do math. Let's try math
really quick. Or is it 54 years older than his partner?
Hold on. 83 minus 29 is 54 years.
54 years older than his partner. Literally, he was 50. He had his AARP card when she was born.
Listen, consenting adults can do whatever the fuck they want. That's fine.
Absolutely. Yes.
But goddamn.
It's not going to stop me from talking shit about it. Do what you want. Happy for you, but what the fuck are you doing?
Listen, fine. Like, again, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Actually, men are not always fertile. If you've drank too much Mountain Dew in your life, you're done, son.
That explains a lot.
Explains it's why I'm childless. I'm barren, Dave.
Fuck.
Barely work from the waist down. But here's the thing. I think it's fun. I'm not here to judge anybody's life decisions. Again, whatever. If you all agree to this, fine. Weird, fine. But I wouldn't feel good as an 83-year-old man, maybe with cataracts, maybe not, I don't know, who eats pudding from a straw. I don't know. I would feel bad, like, bringing a kid in this world and be like, good luck, I'm not going to be around.
Bro,
You're not going to remember me.
Number one, yes, I agree with you. Number two, he's old enough to be his girlfriend's grandpa.
Legitimately.
He's old enough to be her grandpa. Well, yes.
Yes. No, maybe not grandpa. Maybe not grandpa. I don't know.
He's 54 years older than her. Literally, even if his daughter or whoever his kid would
you're right.
30 at the time of that kid's birth.
Actually, no, you're fucking right. I'm 32 years old right now. Mm-hmm. My grandmother is 81 years old.
Yeah. He could have. Yeah. When his partner was born.
82 years old.
He could have had. What's up, Wendy? Yes, you did. Hey. We're talking about Al Pacino being an old pervert who.
Yeah, Wendy. Listen, Al Pacino at 83 years old just had a child. He didn't just have a child. He's set to have a child with his 29-year-old partner, which weird.
He was old enough to have a kid that was having his partner.
Yeah, so we were just talking about this. My grandmother, Wendy's mom, is just turned 82, and I'm 32. Come on. He might. Actually, Icky, I bet you he does have children older than his partner, which I would also have weird feelings about.
Yes. Also, he's literally old enough to be his future kid's great grandfather.
Oh, it's true. It's true. It's terrible.
Good for you. Gross.
I guess. You want to hear something else gross?
Always.
Notorious fuckhead and sometimes director Bryan Singer. Remember him?
Yes.
He's planning a documentary about the sexual misconduct allegations against him, as well as his attempt to make a comeback. How about no? How about don't fucking do that?
What? The audacity. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say caucasity of this man. Because only a fucking white man would have the audacity to be like, I'm going to make a movie about my own allegations as my comeback.
I'm going to flip the script.
No.
And once I was a man who would, sexually abuse people, and now look at me. I'm a guy who makes documentaries who once sexually abused people. But look at me. Mm-hmm. Cry for me. Fuck dude.
I would like to address Wendy's comment here real quickly because something popped in my head and I just can't. Her comment for anybody who's just listening is talking about Al Pacino and his soon-to-be baby. Yikes, okay. Does he plan to attend kindergarten graduation in a wheelchair? No, Wendy, in an urn. So...
God damn.
Yeah.
It's true, though. It's true. Because that's what? That's maybe. So it's June now. So the kid probably won't be born until early 2024, making 2029 around 5 his kindergarten graduation, making Al Pacino almost 90 years old.
Dude, I'm sorry. Listen. If Al Pacino is still alive when his kid goes into any level of schooling, that kid is going to be fucking bullied.
I'm really close to my great grandpa. I'm just trying to spend our Last few solid years together before he goes. Yeah, I mean, no, maybe not bullied, but it's gonna be weird. He's gonna have a lot to explain.
Ursula, I would like
baby.
to know what that emoji is because I am confused. I know it's SpongeBob related, but I don't know what it means. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for the weird lag, here's something that's going to depress you, Blake.
Oh, please. Pile it on, Dave.
The president of Walt Disney Pictures, Sean Bailey, wants a new saga kind of like Star Wars.
What?
Lion King.
Fuck off. Listen, I know it's just like we're getting through a bunch of crap today. Yes, we are
doomed.
We're
yes,
all doomed.
We are so doomed.
Streaming into the apocalypse. That's our motto. Dude.
Yeah.
The Lion King. I mean, like, great. I love the Lion King. I think the shot for shot, like, remake
live
they
action,
did, like,
yeah.
I say live action, but like, it's like, do we need this? And then now it's like, what are the? Listen, if there is a good story to tell within that universe, great.
Sure.
Tell it to me. Great.
Sure.
I need proof. I need proof of life. I need your story idea with today's newspaper, and I need a Polaroid of it, and I need it soon, because otherwise, I don't care. I don't care about any of this stuff. It's annoying.
It is.
Do new stuff.
Very, very, very annoying.
Whatever.
How much more movie news do you have? I have two things I would like to talk about before we get into it.
I have two things. Let me.
You go first. Okay. I'll go and then we'll go. We'll do it back and forth. Let's volley.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. Jake Paul is making his feature film debut in I Don't Give a Fuck. Let's move on to other movie news.
Why?
I actually don't want to talk about it. So, it is reported.
Who is giving him platforms?
I don't know. Apparently, the whoever the boxing federation, I guess, did. YouTube did. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I saw that come up, and I was like, oh, how low we have sunk. Mm-hmm. It's not a uniquely now situation. We've been in the pits forever.
Yes.
For 100 years. It's never been good. But it is reported that Zack Snyder's new movie, Rebel Moon, will release as two movies and have 37 different cuts that can divide fans even further so they can argue about it for 10 years on Reddit.
Is that for real?
What do you think? What do you think? Thoughts? Feelings?
Are you serious?
There is two movies. And there's going to be like multiple cuts of each.
Why, dude?
Because Zack Snyder realized that the Snyder Cut, of like the Justice League stuff was very popular. Very popular campaign. I haven't seen either version and I don't really care. But, he's playing into that. He's like, we're going to have cuts, like my cut, like my definitive director's cut. We're going to have this cut. And I'm like, why?
I don't know.
Why?
Chloe one, yes, it's money.
Of course, it's money. It's always money.
Also, don't go far from the keyboard, Chloe one, because this next movie news I have directly, I need your input because we have talked about it. Beetlejuice 2 posters have come out on IMDb, and Chloe one has some thoughts.
The first person, like, you're the first ever chatter to finish your comment before we even finish.
Yep.
what we're gonna talk about. So I haven't seen this. I haven't seen this.
Go ahead and look him up. She was so distraught when she saw them. Like, I was like, "Are you gonna be okay?" Like, she's like, "No,
absolutely not."
Because they're so bad. She said that they look like they were like high school photoshopped. Like a high school with Photoshop.
Oh no.
Yeah. See. Yeah. I don't know if you're able to put them up on our on the page at all for our people who are too lazy to Google it.
Yes, I can
chatters.
do that.
But it's Chloe one feels so strongly that she doesn't even want to see the movie when it comes out because of how bad she thinks these posters are. I don't really care.
This is like Sweeney Todd.
Well, it's just because the quality is so bad. It's like very clearly like photoshopped, and she's like, what is with that font? It just looks, it's purely digital. That's the one thing she did say. Yeah,
it looks like it looks like a fan art thing.
Yes, it does.
That for some reason they're like, hey, we should do this and put this out there. It's like, I mean, I don't know. It's not like particularly, oh, that's bad.
Yep.
I was gonna say it's not like particularly
great.
offensive to me, considering I don't even think they're in production yet. Oh, that's it. Okay. Great.
Yeah, they're not great. They're definitely not great. It's definitely like doesn't feel like that should be their posters.
Nope. I mean, I don't know. I understand, but yeah, it's DeviantArt shit. Icky's right. It's like, it's not good, but this feels like, I don't know. It feels like fan art that for some reason they're like, we should just publish this.
No, I don't know why they did this.
Not the right choice at all. And now I have to get out of full screen. Got it.
Did you have another movie news?
I mean, I do. Just basically, Chris Hemsworth talks about he's pretty bummed that directors like Martin Scorsese and Tarantino don't like MCU movies, and saying like, I guess they don't like me. But it's like, it feels like I don't know, like it feels like something like a grade school kid would say, like after his crush told him that like she drinks like a different kind of orange juice in the morning. Like it's not that serious. Like, I guess they hate me. It's like, no, nobody hates you.
No.
You're incredibly charming.
Right.
and objectively a great person.
Right. Literally everybody that's ever worked with him has said the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you remember that interview with the cast of the Ghostbusters, the female version. Mm-hmm. Where he's like the sidekick, and they're like, I wanted something to be wrong with him. And it's like when he made a joke and made them all laugh, and Melissa McCarthy was like, no, you don't get to be funny too.
Exactly. Like he's the full thing. He's a great guy, and I think he is a good actor too. I really do. Like don't be depressed, man. There's more for you. You're talented.
Yeah.
But also, even if you feel like that, don't say that to the press.
Right. Yeah, that's something you just keep to yourself / friends. Okay.
Yeah. Because then two dumbasses on the internet are going to talk about you in their stupid movie stream.
Well, the last thing that I will say, movie news related, before we move on,
yes, sir.
It directly ties into our episode, or what we're talking about. Chrisworth, love that. That's hilarious. Fuck. Apparently, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse made almost double in its opening weekend what Shazam! Fury of the Gods made in its entire worldwide box office.
This is my surprised face. Of course it did. Mm-hmm. Nobody gave a shit about Shazam, and then the Zachary Levi stuff made it worse. It
that was so cringy, dude.
So cringy. It's like, dude, just let it go. Everybody has a flop. Like, man, like, who cares? It's fine.
Right. Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. Okay, that's a good question, Colby One. I think I think it's gonna do really well. I'm not gonna see it because I don't care.
Right.
I don't know, unless Dave makes me watch it. I don't really want to see it. I have no context, so I have nothing probably interesting to say about it.
Well, I think it's going to be able to be a standalone movie, basically. But I have heard really good things about it. Like, I've heard very good things about it, and I think that's why the studio is like, we have to keep going.
Yeah. Like, well, listen, we can't take an L with Batgirl and the Flash. Right. We gotta put one of these fucking things out. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see how it does. We'll see how the reviews come in. Okay. Well, Icky, you gotta let us know what you think of the Flash. I again, I'm not probably gonna see it. So I don't know. I think I think Ezra Miller is a great actor, but a deeply troubled individual that needs help and needs accountability. But
yes,
the fuck do I know?
Nothing, apparently.
I'm gonna go see Bryan Singer's documentary.
It's supposed to undo the Snyderverse.
Okay,
interesting.
Also, none of I've never seen any of the. Wait, no, I've seen Wonder Woman, and I have seen Wonder Woman 1984, which was really bad.
I heard that. Listen, I heard that was really bad, but somebody did one of those honest descriptions of it.
Yeah.
About how the fact that whatever Wonder Woman's name is, I forget already, Diana.
Sure.
Her fucking boyfriend spirit just possesses some dude, and nobody questions anything. She's like, cool.
Yeah, she's into it. She's like, okay.
No
questions for me. I'm Wonder Woman. I don't care.
I could rip him in half if I wanted to.
It is truly bizarre because it also came out during the pandemic, straight to HBO Max. And honestly, I saw that one first because the person I was with at the time was like, oh, couldn't wait. So I put it on. It's around Christmas time, doing a puzzle. I was like, okay, cool. I'm open to this. And it comes on, and I'm doing my puzzle. I'm like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Why is that happening? It's just a truly bizarre film. And then I watched the first one, because the first one I was with was no, the first one was really good. And I was like, prove it. Prove it to me right now. Still 6 months of going nowhere. So
the first one, the first Wonder Woman was pretty good, from what I remember seeing of it. But they fucking bombed the second one.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But whatever. I don't care. Wonder Woman 1984 is garbage. And we're moving on to some good superhero movies.
Yes,
I would argue. I don't watch a lot of them, but we're talking about the Spider-Verse movies. We're talking about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, as well as Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. This feels like the others. I haven't seen the other Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, but it feels the same thing. It's Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Reunion, Spider-Man whatever. There's a lot, and I get them confused.
Yes. Well, the names of the Tom Holland ones are Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man No Way Home.
Lots of home. That's what I get confused about.
Yeah.
I need you to dumb it down for me.
Listen, this one is Into and Across, and then apparently another one at some point Beyond.
Yes. Yes. We got that little teaser. This one is easier for me to follow in terms of naming conventions, but yes. But we're talking about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse first from 2018. And you can watch Itsy Bitsy Spider whenever you want. Wendy, you just say the word, and we'll watch it in private and tell nobody.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Love it. Open to suggestions. We're not open to suggestions.
We never listen to you guys.
We do whatever we want. We kneecap ourselves constantly. Anyway... We don't want people to watch us. We despise our audience, apparently. But anyway, we have a trailer for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse from 2018.
Yes, let's watch it.
We can watch that. Let's do the thing.
Let's do the thing.
As always, when I'm running a stream, whenever I show the trailers, Dave has a little echo, so bear with us. But Dave, I still like your comments. They're they're fun.
Great. I'm gonna give some.
Okay, good stuff. Okay, here we go.
Oh no! Is it a pre-trailer?
Trailer.
Yeah, gotta go.
If you want
I hate that so much.
Personal chauffeur going once.
It's okay.
Seriously, Dad, Walker would have been fine.
Breaking news, Spider-Man saves the day again.
Spider-Man. This guy swings in once a day, zip, zap, zop, and answers the phone. Accountability.
Speed up. I know these kids.
Yo, Miles, man, you get arrested?
Guys, don't cops run red lights?
Well, yes, some do. But, not your dad.
In your universe, there's only one Spider-Man. But there is another universe. It looks and sounds like yours, but it's not. My name's Miles Morales.
I am all about the multiverse.
I didn't know I was all about the multiverse.
But you are.
I guess I am now.
I know it's complicated.
We'll talk about that for sure, but it's
You want to know what happened?
the perfect introduction to it, though.
I can teach you to be Spider-Man. I love this burger. So delicious. One of the best burgers I've ever had.
Hey, thanks for
You
the
have money,
sub
right?
for
Thanks.
Price
I'm not in
Games.
liquid right now.
I think you're gonna
Much
be a
love.
bad teacher.
Always appreciated.
How am I
fuck.
supposed to save
Damn
the
it.
whole world?
You can't think about
I really
saving the
screwed
world.
myself.
You have to think about saving
Us.
one.
I got the lemon fudge one again.
One thing I know for
I have
sure,
them.
don't do it like me.
Forest Mint. I don't know what
Do
this
it like
flavor is. It's green, though. Fuck you, Jordan.
I see this spark in you. It's amazing. Hands up! Whatever you choose to do with it, you'll be great. I love you, Miles.
Yeah, I know that.
You gotta say I love you back.
Dad, are you serious?
I want to hear it.
You want to hear me
I
say
love
that?
you, Dad.
You're dropping me off out of
I
school?
love you, Dad.
Look at this place.
Dad, I love you.
Dad.
Minus
I
the
love
pre-trailer
you.
trailer,
That's a copy.
this is a good trailer.
Yes.
Time to swing, just like I taught you.
When did you teach me that?
All right,
I do.
enough of
It's a
this.
little joke.
We've all
Team
seen
building.
it. I'm gonna do the thing
Do the thing.
because, yeah, whatever. Every time we do this, Sony or who the fuck ever copyright claims the shit out of our streams and our YouTube rips. So
Yeah.
whatever.
Fuck it.
What I pair, first off, Clubby One, which flavor are you talking about, and which one of us? Because I would pair none of these Necco flavors with anything
Same.
but any of the Fast and Furious movies.
Listen, I hate the lemon pledge flavor so much that I can't, in good conscience, pair it with either of these Spider-Verse movies because I enjoyed them.
Yeah, same actually. And so, can you tell us, Dave, the story of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
Into the Spider-Verse. So
Yes.
basically, our young hero Miles Morales,
Yes.
is going through his life and figuring it out as a little
Just an
13 or
average
14-year-old. Yeah,
guy.
just
Just doing the
average,
thing.
just
Yeah.
doing the thing, and he has to watch Spider-Man die, which is crazy. And it
Jarring.
happens right. It's very jarring, and it happens right after he gets bit by a very clearly radioactive spider. But turns out he's part of a multiverse, and the multiverse is now glitching, and other Spider-Men and women and people and pigs are now coming into his universe, and they have to all team up to defeat Kingpin and Doc Ock and a couple other of bad guy hero people,
stuff.
so they can undo all this multiversal damage.
Yeah, lots going on. This is a film, again, came out in 2018, and I didn't give a shit. Because
Yeah.
fine. If you like superhero movies and stuff, that's fine. You should like what you like. It's not typically my thing.
Yeah.
This movie got recommended to me over and over and over, and I was like, I haven't seen any of the stuff or the things. I don't know. And they're like, you don't have to. And I was like, okay, fine. So I watched it when it came on to Netflix or something, and I was like, I love this movie.
Yes,
I love this movie.
So good. It's so good. I was blown away by it when I saw it the first time.
And so I saw it the first time, and so before we watched the new one that just came out, I was like, all right, I got to rewatch this thing. I've only seen it the one time, and I forgot until literally it was 12:30 a.m. I was like, shit, I got to watch that movie. So I put it on, and I was like, I'll just watch a little bit of it, and I watched the entire thing.
Yes.
It's almost 3 a.m, and I'm just pulled into it. It gets me every time. I really, really enjoyed it both times.
Yes, I just watched it last night, and I enjoyed it just as much as I did the first time.
Yeah.
I preferred it in theaters because it was just a more immersive experience. But
Sure.
It's so good. The writing is good. The performances are fantastic.
Yeah.
I love, God, I forget his name. The dude from New Girl who plays Peter Parker.
Jake Johnson.
Jake Johnson. I love his performance as Peter B. Parker in this one. Just to be clear,
Peter Parker 2.
Yes, and Miles Morales is done very well. It just the story is great. Nick Cage is in this one.
It's true.
As is John Mulaney.
It is true. There's so many people. So getting into our likes, I think you brought up a fantastic first point is the voice cast of this one. It is very good. We have Shamik Moore who voices Miles. Again, Jake Johnson, who's Peter B. Parker. Haley Steinfeld as Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
Mahershala Ali as Uncle Aaron. Brian Tyree Henry, who I love dearly, as Jefferson Davis. Lily Tomlin as Aunt May. We got Zoe Kravitz, Catherine Hahn, John Mulaney, Luna Lauren Velez. We have Nick Cage. Let's say Catherine Hahn, Chris Pine. We have Liev Schreiber, Natalie Morales, Greta Lee, Oscar Isaac. Oscar Isaac actually does voice somebody in this first movie.
Wait, for real?
He's credited as interesting person number 1.
No shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so funny.
So it's just can I tell you something too? Watching this movie, I didn't know the voice cast. Like when I saw the person, I was like, "Oh, cool, that was a great movie." But I'm on my couch and I'm like, "Who the fuck is that? Whose voice is that?"
Yeah.
And I can like picture, like I could hear it in my head, and I was like, I don't want to look it up because as soon as I look it up, I'm gonna be pissed at myself that I didn't pick it out. And of course, I looked it up, and it's Jake Johnson, and I was like, "Damn it!
Yeah,
I should have known." But I didn't know beforehand, or the first time I saw it. I was just sucked into this thing.
I have a tidbit that I think you'll enjoy, and I know Chloe will enjoy too. Nick Cage came in to do Spider Noir. And whatever his actual name is.
Spider-Man Noir.
Spider-Man Noir, yeah. And he did it, and they were like, great, but could you maybe dial up the Nicolas Cage-iness? He's like, oh, and apparently his quote was, "Oh, you want the full Cage." And then did Spider-Man Noir as full cagey as he could go, and they're like, yes, perfect.
That's what we wanted, dude. It's funny you say that too, because I picked out his voice immediately.
Oh yeah.
But as soon as I was like, Nick Cage is in this, and as soon as he kept talking, it just everything was very cagey, and like he gave it his whole thing, and I was like, good. This deserved that. This deserved it, because even like John Mulaney as Spider-Ham or Peter Porker.
Yeah.
So freaking good.
So good.
But like Shamik Moore as Miles Morales sells me, because everybody I'm like, hey, that's a voice I know. But Shamik Moore is so freaking good.
So good.
So good. So immersive, as a voice actor. And even the way they recorded it, I have this issue with some animated films that like you don't feel like their character sounds like they're in their environment. Yes. And obviously this is a big budget film, but a lot of those things, they're in like a windy, dusty desert, and like, hey guys, yeah, okay. And I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
And this, like the sound mixing and stuff like that in this film with like the voices, and on top of the voice acting, like again, I can't overemphasize how good the voice acting is in this film. Like,
yes, I
everybody.
agree.
And Haley Steinfeld also as Gwen Stacy, fantastic.
Absolutely knocks it out of the park. I think Gwen Stacy is probably my favorite character behind Miles in this and the second one. But Man, I agree so much that everybody's performances were so good. My number one like above the voice performances, however, is gonna have to be the animation style.
Yes, that's number one for me
fucking
too.
incredible. It's so good. The way that they like I don't know if you noticed when they changed perspective, right? They do the pan thing, whatever. You see basically all that happens is the crisp lines of the character just kind of like separate into like multiple lines.
Yes, I love that.
And then the ones behind sharpen up into one line. It's incredible.
I'm really glad you said that, because again, like the animation, nothing at this point had really been animated. No big budget film had really been animated like this, because there's so many different kinds of styles. But that is a thing, because there's a number of times when I was like, are my contacts fucked up a little bit? but it makes sense, because like there's no like, it's a comic book world, and so like that's how, and like those like tritone kind of like printing process, that's how you blur things. It's just like by pulling those tritones apart slightly.
Yep.
As opposed to just giving, a Gaussian blur or whatever in the background, or getting bokeh or whatever. And so it's just like those little attention to detail things make it not only immersive. Like that's the thing, because it's like you feel like you're in a comic book, but it is immersive in that level, not immersive in the like I feel like I'm there in the real world. It presents its world through the animation style so distinctly that you can't help but just be sucked right into this thing.
Yes. Yes, I agree. And I did notice that this one was particularly funny as well.
Yeah.
Like there were so many scenes that were so fun. Like when Miles starts to get his powers after being bitten, and he ends up like fighting with pigeons outside of the school, and like it just cuts to that scene of the monotone teacher talking in poof, ah! Poof, ah!
Well, and like coming back to the animation stuff, like with this style, like the prevailing style up until this point, I mean, and still to a degree, is like animation trying to be as like realistic or like photorealistic as possible with like their lighting and stuff like that. And this is like, nope, we're just gonna be comic booky, but like impressionistic. But through that, the animation is so much more expressive and so much more interesting to watch, because every scene is like different in a way, and every scene can bring its own thing, as opposed to like, well, we have to model how it would really look through this. Like again, coming back to the quote unquote live action Lion King stuff, it's like this is boring. This is boring. I'm bored. I don't care. I don't want to watch a David Attenborough like documentary, which are good. I want to see some fucking animals dancing and singing and stuff. And like, it's not as expressive when you like, oh, we spent 3 years working out how the hair on a lion's mane would blow just right in the wind. But nobody cares. Sing Hakuna Matata, goddammit. Right. So it's, and this is what this movie got so right. It's just everything that happens. It's very expressive, and there's some of those lines like in comic books, like the bam, ow, like those things. So it is a comic book movie without like having those weird like Ang Lee like kind of things, from like the early 2000s. Those like weird panel things. And
speaking of like the animation style, I think the contrast between that style and the glitchy, the hyper like colorized and electronic looking glitchiness of everything, I thought that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, so explain this. If you haven't seen the movie, like people who are in, all these people from the multiverse are now in Miles Morales' reality, in his universe. And when you're in a universe that you're not from, you glitch out. And so things are happening and these characters glitch out. And I'm glad you said that, because they literally like there's a cool sound, but they like, there's like 15 different like little animation styles as
inside of it.
As they glitch out. It's like very, again, super attention to detail. on all these things, and it looks great, and it sells you like it feels like it's glitching, but not glitching between glitching between realities within the story, but also within that animation style, like almost so like through like the different like iterations of popular comic styles. Which is great. It's cool.
It is very great. I really liked the animation style in contrast with the glitchiness. But I also really like the obviously this is going to be one of those hero origin story / it's sort of a coming of age thing too, with Miles. And I really like I really like how they handled this like hero coming of age with Miles, where it's like this, usually hero coming of age things is where it's kind of a long drawn out, like they're really trying and they keep trying, and then they slowly get it until finally they're a hero. But with this one and Miles, if you haven't seen it, basically he wants to do it. He tries, but he has no clue what he's doing. He's scared and he can't do his power things on command, basically, until his dad like talks to him through a door and accidentally gives him a pep talk. And he's like, you have this spark in you. I believe in you. I love you. And then Miles just is like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do this. And then he's just there.
Well, so what's interesting too, like a big like for me about this is the storytelling, is the story of this film, because it's not the typical origin. It has like the rough structure of a typical like origin story, I guess. Yeah. But done so specifically through like this very specific lens of like a teenage boy in Brooklyn, and like, his parents aren't dead, and these things like that. Like, it's different than the traditional Peter Parker story. And the things that he has to go through and overcome, like, everybody, it's a universal experience for kids and teenagers, and like, I felt myself, this isn't a kid's movie, like, but there's some like movies that like talk about these things that I feel like pandering, and like, as an adult, I'm like, come on. But even like as a teenager, you feel are phony, like aren't indicative and like right to your experience. And obviously, I'm not from Brooklyn. I'm not from a mixed race family or anything like that. But hearing these stories and like seeing him go through everything and those like little struggles and working on art and being at this school, he gets into this school for like gifted students, but he's like trying to tank it because he doesn't feel like he belongs there. Like, there's so much to it. There's so many of these layers that like add to him as a character, but also help push that story along and give us like a flavor of his actual world, as opposed to, oh, dang it, Uncle Ben died. Again.
I think that's part of the reason why like so many people have loved Miles Morales' story even before Into the Spider-Verse. And that's why a lot of people are still to this day clamoring to have Miles Morales in the actual MCU.
So here's my question for you, Dave. As the resident superhero comic book fan, what's the origin of Miles Morales? Like, did he exist as a character before these movies?
Yes, he did.
Okay, I don't know anything about this.
Yes, so he's been a character for I forget how many years. I'm sure Icky would probably have more insight on this than I would, but yes, he's been a Spider-Man for several years. In fact, I think before the MCU was even a thing, potentially.
Okay.
He's been a character. I remember hearing about him for a long time. Before these movies existed. In fact, in the MCU, in Spider-Man, one of the Tom Holland ones, the first or the second one, I can't remember, Uncle Aaron is actually in it.
No kidding. Fascinating.
Yes, played by Donald Glover.
Okay, yeah, that's actually really cool. Yep. See, I don't know anything about that, and so this felt very like fresh and new, but also like self-aware enough to work within its own like framework of like, hey, we know what was, we know what is now, this is what's going on, and so like the opening to Into the Spider-Verse is funny because they like reference like Spider-Man 3 and all those weird like Sam Raimi choices.
Yeah,
You know, with
yeah.
like the dancing. That stuff's funny. It really, I don't know. It was like a new, fresh take because I don't know. Again, not typically a fan of these kinds of stories because they all feel rote at this point. And but the Miles Morales story felt like a new take and felt interesting and like, but also introspective in a way, as opposed to just like, you know, my uncle died, now I gotta be a man or something. This felt like so much more personal and like
it
did. It's almost 2 hours long, this one, and it takes on a lot thematically, visually, everything. And so I really appreciated that. And I think Miles Morales is very, you know, like I felt a connection to him because like as a teenager, you're always just like, yeah, like I can do this. Oh fuck, I can't do this. You know, like those things. Obviously, I was never bitten by a radioactive spider, just a brown recluse. I lost my leg. Don't look below the camera. Can you imagine if that was true?
And I just somehow missed that for the entirety of our fucking 17-year friendship. What?
We knew each other as teenagers, though. So.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
But that whole thing is very, very interesting and attractive to me, like in terms of storytelling.
Yeah. I just wanted to clear one thing up. Miles Morales was created. His first debut in the Marvel comics it's 2011.
Okay, right on. So like, you know, 6-7 years before the movie. Fair enough. Well, hey, that's actually pretty quick moving for the Hollywood types. Good stuff. Get that IP.
But yes, I do agree with you. This is a very somehow relatable teen story. I mean, like most teenagers can go through that, you know, embarrassing parents and having a crush on another person. It's all very, and like, you know, being overwhelmed and being scared and all that stuff is very relatable to most teenagers, even if they don't want to admit it in the moment.
Well, even so on top of that too, obviously we get into Peter B. Parker, who's the alternate universe Peter Parker.
Yes.
His life, he's like 10 years older than the Peter Parker in Miles's reality. He's like gone through some shit. He's gone through like a divorce, like he's like separated from Mary Jane and all this stuff. He didn't want to have kids, and like he's going through that midlife crisis. But a lot of those, I don't know, midlife crisis might be a little stretch, but still like almost midlife crisis. Things are going weird for him. So we have that perspective as well. But even still with Miles Morales' like character of like the uncertainty of like those teenage years, nobody wants to admit this shit. That lasts fully into adulthood. That lasts so fucking long that you wish like by the time you turn 18, you're like, haha, I'm a full, well-adjusted adult. No, you're not. No. Nobody is.
Nope.
And like, you know, being able to pull that out from this movie as well, like I still related to that like through like my 20s and stuff. You know, now that I'm a 68-year-old man, it's like it took me a long time to figure out, you know, what the fuck was going on at any one time. So
right, I agree. Now that I have the body of a 93-year-old, I absolutely can agree with these sentiments.
Yeah, can we pause while I walk my ass to the bathroom? Thank you.
I have my hip replacement scheduled for next week.
My live-in nurse Jeremy, he's gonna help me get to go to the bathroom. So
I actually Clubby One yelled at me the other day, like, okay, can we stop with the old jokes? I'm starting.
Never.
It's because you know we're not really that old, but we're doing the.
I am. I'm holding firm to this. So if you were to feel insecure about it, you do the thing. What? What'd you say?
Nothing about your gray hair.
Fuck. A lot of my in fairness to my biology, my genes, a lot of my first facial hairs, my facial hair is shitty. I know, I get it. You don't tell me. I know, I get it. But a lot of my first facial hairs were very gray and very white. So doomed from the start.
Amazing.
That boy was doomed.
Well, okay, so let's talk about, do you have any dislikes for Into the Spider-Verse?
No, but I have one more like.
Okay.
And my last like is the soundtrack, is the music to this movie.
Yeah.
It crushes. It's so
good.
it's so hype. It's so good, but also has those like perfect little amount of like emotional strings being pulled when the time is right. It's not overly sappy. Like some of those, I love the original Raimi films. I really do. But like with like in the first one with the Uncle Ben stuff, it's just, the strings and like it's early 2000 filmmaking. I get it. But like this doesn't have that, but it also doesn't just ignore those emotional moments.
Right.
It's perfectly tempered for this. Do
I
you
agree.
have any more? Do you have any dislikes yourself?
I have no dislikes. None
I don't
whatsoever.
I don't either. This is a big fat recommend for me.
Yes, this is a highly recommend for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely go see this movie because dude, it's just so good. It's such a good it's Spider-Man movie. It's a good superhero movie.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's great. Go see it.
I mean, take it from me. I don't give a fuck about any of these movies.
doesn't.
I don't. I really don't. But I think this is great. There's like so much to offer for everybody. I think I think anybody can get something out of this film.
Yes,
And
I
so
agree with
I really, really enjoyed it, and I'm really glad I got to rewatch it for this stream. So yeah, go see it. Spider-Man into the universe,
Spider-Verse into the universe into the Spider.
There's a pig there. Anyway, came out in 2018. Go see that shit.
Yes, it's fantastic.
But for now, we are moving on to fresh water. We're talking about the new Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the similarly titled yet very different film.
Very different film.
From this year. It just came out last week. Did it come out this weekend or last weekend?
This past weekend.
Hot damn. I didn't realize we were that quick to it.
Yep.
It's a first. It's a first. So you got that for good or bad. I don't know. I can't tell you that. But I do have the trailer. That's Into the Spider-Verse we're talking about. Across the Spider-Verse.
Get your shit together, Blake.
I'm a fucking nightmare, but here's the trailer. I'm not going to watch the full thing, but we'll do the stuff.
You're going to do that? I'm going to take a bathroom break.
Hot damn. Sounds good.
Cool.
Here we go, peeps. Maybe. There we go. Pre-trailer trailer. That's not a good sign for me. So chime in at any point if you're here in the chat. I know Icky,
I can hear you being quiet, Mom.
not a fan.
I hope I didn't ice your game, man.
No one my age says those words in that order.
It's just hard to see my little man not being my little boy all the time.
Yeah.
Wendy, if you're listening, I'm glad you never said shit like this to me.
Making sure he is loved,
I feel that, Clovey one. I do.
that he feels like he belongs wherever he wants to be. He wants to go out into the world and do great big things.
I've actually never seen this trailer, Icky, so I went in
what I worry about
super
most
cold.
I love you, Mom.
Thank you. I'm glad you
is
thought
they
it.
won't look
You
out
are
for
a good
you like
mom.
us.
I'm glad you never said it to me.
Want to get out of here? Wherever you go from here, you have to promise to take care of that little boy for me. Make sure he never forgets where he came from.
Look at all those Spider-Men.
And he never doubts that he is loved. And he never lets anyone tell him that he doesn't belong there.
Lots of fun new characters
Lots.
in this one.
You gotta promise, Miles.
I promise.
Oh, I was like, again, never seen this trailer, so I was like, damn it. Did our stream go down?
Really?
We are supposed to be the good guys.
We are.
All right. Dave.
Yes.
Now that I've cut out your echo. Yes. Wow, Icky. Wow. Hot takes here. Almost walked out of the theater. Dave, can you tell us the story of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse from 2023,
Yes.
the year of our Lord, 2023?
A week ago, 2023. So, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is a obvious continuation of Into the Spider-Verse.
Things are going well.
Super duper. Spider-Verse. We follow our now 15-year-old character, Miles Morales, who is now Spider-Man, full-on Spider-Man, and he is crushing it in his universe. Everybody loves him.
Super cool guy.
And super cool guy. And he misses Gwen because she's from a different universe. And then all of a sudden Gwen's there. And now it's basically a whole new multiversal battle between all of the Spider-Men and this new villain until Miles is like, you know what? I want to help. And they're like, nope, you fuck everything up. And now they're after Miles. Which is all in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything. But
there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. And it's just more multiverse things. We see a lot more Spider-Men and women and people than we did last time. And this time, there's no Peter Porker, but there is a Spider-Cat.
Well, there is Spider-Cat, which I clapped out loud for, as if you can clap to yourself. But I clapped out loud in the theater and was told to shut the fuck up and threatened with violence. So
yeah, I was there. That was me. I said that.
that was me. So hopping into first impressions here. I just very late, of course, like I said, I watched Into the Spider-Verse, and then the next evening I watched Across the Spider-Verse. What was your first impression of this new iteration, Dave?
My first impression of Across the Spider-Verse is I thought it was pretty good. I don't think it was anywhere near as good as the first one. Yeah. But I thought it was pretty good. It was a little convoluted. Like it felt like they were trying to do too much with this one. Yes. They bit off a little bit more than they could chew, it felt like.
I agree with you. Wow.
But
we're agreeing a lot. Holy shit. Look at us.
But yeah, I still thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed myself throughout the movie. There were some slow moments for sure in this one, and there were some cheesy moments, but they still got to me a little bit.
I feel that, actually, yeah.
Yeah, and I think all in all, I liked this movie. I think Icky has probably the worst take of the year with thinking he should almost have walked out on this. He told me he fell asleep during it.
No! Listen, we'll get into the pacing of it later, but I liked it. I'm not like shouting it from the rooftops, but I was like, that was a fine film.
Sophomore slump.
No, and I understand I realized by the end of it what the fuck was happening. Which whatever we'll talk about, but I did like it. There's a lot of things I really liked about this film. I saw it at a Cinemark. I saw it in Cinemark XD, which is like the large format version for Cinemark theaters, whatever that means. It was big, and I saw it in a theater with like 200 fucking people in there.
Jesus.
Surprisingly calm and patient crowd. And it was the way to see it. It was the way to see it. Because it was big, and again, like a lot of the things you said, I fully agree with. For me, there's a decent amount of things to like about this film. I thought the animation was even more specific and better.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that 100%. I really enjoyed some of these characters and how they were so wildly different in animation styles from the other one. Most specifically Spider-Punk.
Yes, they took like the Dadaist you know, punk aesthetic from like the 70s and stuff, and like every character had their specific animation style, and they stuck with it. Even like the things that those characters give to other characters, those objects retain that animation style. Super good. Super specific and super smart. I was floored by that because, like I said, with the first one was kind of groundbreaking in terms of what we'd seen before it, and this one just pushed it that much farther. And like there's a couple, I saw it on a big ass screen. There's a couple moments where, you know, they kind of focus on the characters, and sometimes like the background is more impressionistic, but there's a couple times where like lots of stuff going on, and I was like, I'm gonna barf. I'm gonna fucking barf. Like, sure,
I didn't even think about that, but that makes sense for real for you.
Like like it was like doing this kind of thing. I was like, oh, okay. But it was very cool. But way more specific, and I thought way more stylized in a way that like helped push that story along. You know, like there's they we're gonna get to that in a bit, but like they try to tackle a lot in this 2.5 hour long movie.
Jesus.
The official runtime, actually, to be clear,
2:20 something
is 2 hours and 20 minutes. Yeah,
I did it.
Yeah, you did
Took
the
a
thing.
shot and I made
It's
it.
great. It's 20 minutes longer than the first one, but I really like that. I don't know how you felt about it.
First of all, I just want to address Chloe one. I don't think it was too long. I think it was a decent amount. Like I at no point was like, God, how long is this movie? So I think it's okay. But in terms of what you were talking about with the you know, the impression, Icky, you are real butthurt over this movie. But yeah, in terms of what you were talking about, Blake, at the how the backgrounds and whatever trying to change and are impressionistic. There was one scene in particular with Gwen Stacy and her father that is very much what you're talking about, where they very much
those are the
centered
things
on.
I'm thinking of too. Actually, yeah, it's so. I'm glad
It
you said
basically like it kind of turns into almost like a water painting a little bit.
Yes,
it was fucking awesome. I thought it was really cool.
Well, it's great because it makes you focus on the interaction that's happening. You know, because it gives you the feeling of where you're at, and you know where you're at, but it really makes you focus on that interaction, because that interaction specifically is so emotional, and they like push that point so much, and that like storyline is very specific. So I'm glad they animated it in a way that like pushed us to appreciate what's going on, and not just like, do you see like this like Easter egg in the background of like blah blah blah?
Right,
This, like, you know, it makes you focus on the actual script and like the characters and the emotional weight of the scene.
Yeah, Squeezy, we definitely we agree with you 100% that it was good, just not as good as the first.
Yeah.
But they did have a few like Easter eggs in there that I thought were fucking hilarious. When at one point in the movie, it's not really giving anything away because it's in one of the trailers, where Oscar Isaac's Spider-Man is like, "Stop, Spider-Man!" And then literally it cuts to every Spider-Man like, you? It does the Spider-Man meme, the pointing meme. Hilarious.
They kind of did that in the post-credit scene of the first one. But this one they actually did in the movie, and I was like, I get it. It's the thing. It's the meme. It's the stuff. I get that. I laughed. For me as well, I honestly, I think I like the soundtrack and the score more in this one as well. Yeah.
Okay.
This one hit more for me because I enjoyed the darker, a bit more introspective tone of this film quite a lot. Because I know it is a darker film. There's a bit more seriousness to it. And I liked that. I think it took on a lot of like big things, and I enjoyed that attempt. I did. There's a lot of things I enjoyed about this. I sound like I'm about to shit on this movie, but
no, I don't think you are. Nicky's doing that for the both of us.
That is true. Yeah.
I still don't understand why Icky hated it so much and why you're so disappointed in it. But
honestly, like I agree with Icky with a lot of things in a lot of movies. I wasn't very hyped to see this necessarily. I was like, oh, this will great, cool. I wasn't very hyped. I've been let down by the hype a lot. I really have. But to say this is the most disappointed you've ever been in a movie is wild to me.
It's very wild because this is a good movie. I would say it's a solid B+.
I'd agree with that. And here's the thing, like getting into like I appreciated those things, and I also liked how this movie didn't necessarily recap the first movie, but gave you enough to like follow along if you hadn't seen it in a while.
Yes.
I liked that. There's lots of things I liked. I do agree it's too fucking long. It's
really?
too fucking long, and I was feeling like, I know you said you didn't feel the length. I was feeling the length. I knew it was a longer movie consciously, but with the first one, I just ripped through that movie. I didn't think about it twice. That's why I stayed up till like fucking 4:30 in the morning watching it because I'm an idiot. But this one I was like, okay. All right, let's go. Like the pacing needed. I saw a number of spots where this could have been tightened up, and like those things and emotional moments could have been accomplished much quicker. Way too fucking long. I would almost say 20 minutes too long.
I will say, I can see why you would think that.
Okay.
And goddamn, Mickey, he even thought the soundtrack was boring.
Really? I mean, yeah, I think the animation was better, but I liked the soundtrack. I like the soundtrack more in this one.
Wow.
Solid D-.
Wow. That's harsh, man. That's harsh. I feel like maybe, and I don't want to get into it, but I feel like maybe Icky is butthurt about the end.
Which I understand. Like, again, like, this is spoiler free. I don't want anybody to feel like they got ripped off for watching our stupid stream and stuff. But
all six of you.
But I have to say that, like, yeah, this ending left something to be desired. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it left me wanting more in a way that I felt slighted. You know? Because I feel like the third act of this film wasn't like, you know, typically like you have your first act, you have your setup, and then your second act, you're like figuring out stuff, and then you got your midpoint, and then you're working hard until you get that big like Dark Night of the Soul thing for the third act push where there's a bunch of action. This felt like all like second act stuff until the movie just fucking ends, and I was like, we're getting to the exciting like great stuff, like we're getting right into that third act big action third act stuff, and they're like, Spider-Man will return, and just Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, and I was like, fuck, dude, for real?
Well, I don't know why. I don't know why. I really want to talk shit to Icky right now. How are you saying that the end was so predictable and that you got blue-balled? How? Because first of all, the ending couldn't possibly have been predictable because nobody knew it was going to end the way that it did.
Well, like literally, that's a thing too. Like as it was going, I was like, okay. And so when the ending comes, I was like, dude, finally, this movie's been going on forever. And then it ends, and I was like, God damn it! Fuck.
I will say that I literally to kind of piggyback off of your thing about how like second act stuff. Yeah. I was like, okay. First of all, Icky, the lead up to the ending couldn't have been predictable because like literally I was like, wait, there's more characters?
Well, that's the thing. I think the lead up to it was great, but it should have been the lead up to the third act instead of the end of the fucking movie. Bro, I was like, literally, and I was like, no, this is a joke. This is a joke. This is a joke. I was like, I don't care if I just spend another hour here. If like I get some resolution to this. Nope.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Spider-Man will return.
Yeah, I like literally, I remember being like, wait, what? We're getting more characters? How long is this movie?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And like this it's frustrating because I think the movie up until that point was fine and like I enjoyed it, but stopping there, like it didn't give us. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm about to say this. I cannot fucking believe I'm about to say this.
Wait a minute. Hang on. I don't know if I'm ready. Hang on. Okay, hit me.
What Fast X did right, knowing that there's another movie, they gave us something to look forward to the next movie, but they closed up enough things to where I felt satisfied at the end of the movie, knowing that there's more. Satisfied. But with this, they built everything up and just stop. They didn't like close any of those narrative arcs to like give us something to like a little bit of closure. It just like it felt like a fucking rug pull, and I was not happy with it. I think that I know.
Chloe has a very good point.
I know. This is gonna haunt me for the rest of my fucking time on this earth.
The fact that you are saying that the end is a rug pull, that's why I'm like, you can't, in my opinion, Icky, you can't say that the end was predictable because the end was a fucking rug pull.
Well, yeah, because like I don't know if you agree with me necessarily, but like because like those arcs that it sets up at the beginning of the movie, you know, if you're gonna give us something to lead in the next movie, give us something to lead into the next movie. Don't literally. Like it feels like you're going up, like you're building up, like you're excited to get on the roller coaster. You're talking about it with your friends, and you get on that roller coaster. Like, oh yeah, we're going up like the big hill. Yeah, it's a click, 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 click. You get to the top, and like, just kidding, get the fuck off. You can finish this ride later, in maybe a couple years,
next year. No,
that's what
year.
it felt like, and so like there was no completion to that like even like a couple arcs or a couple things, like a couple big things they set up they could have completed to give us a little bit of that resolution feeling and wanting more, but this just left me out in the rain. Like it felt like I got locked out of my fucking house and my keys are in the Uber driving around the city.
Yeah.
So yeah, blue balls with way more words is what I'm describing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will agree that when the ending happened, I was like, wait a minute. Oh, actually, funny story.
Please.
When it ended, I went to a theater that I don't normally go to. I went to one that I actually went to as a kid a lot, which is way more poppin' than the one I normally go to. Yes, blew my mind. Anyway, when the first credit rolled, I heard someone who was not me go, "Oh, fuck off."
That person was right. That's the proper reaction.
So I thought that was really funny, but ultimate fall, yeah. But okay, Icky, yeah. The twist. Well, I think the twist was like maybe even canon. I'm not sure. I don't know, but all I know is I was not prepared. I had no idea that there was another movie planned that is coming out March 29th of 2024. So it's already planned, the release date.
Okay, well that's smart. I didn't know that. Because like literally the movie, the credits started rolling. You know, I always get through like the credits. I usually watch to the very end of the movie, but I was like, oh my God, I've been here for 6 hours. And like, so the credits scroll started going. I was like, I gotta get out of here. I'm sorry. I gotta go. And so I left. So I didn't know if there was a post-credit scene or not. Okay, I didn't get that far.
I Googled it because I was like, I want to go home. Let's see. Post-credit scene. Nope. Okay, see ya.
Glad I'm not alone. In it. But yeah, overall, I do recommend this movie, though, because I think this movie does have something to offer. Despite the ending, despite some of the weird pacing, they spent too much time on a lot of things that just could have been, you know, again, like I'm fine with scenes being longer if they can justify that runtime emotionally or pay off in a significant way later. It doesn't do that. It doesn't do that. And so it has to carry all this emotional currency that it built up through this movie and hope people still have those same feelings going into the third one. It's a lot to ask. But I do recommend this movie.
I absolutely recommend this movie. I think it's, like I said, solid B+. Do not let Icky sway you. He is just butthurt about the end. And if the ending had any kind of closure, I think Icky would probably be see, the closure that's going to come in the next movie is going to make this movie better.
Although I fucking hate that, and I fucking hate that. Like, I dislike sequels that like, oh, you just got to know. It's like the Halloween movies. Like, that middle movie is just the most like nothing burger of a movie I've ever seen in a trilogy of films. This isn't like that, but it does carry some of those things where it's like, there's another one, so don't worry. It's like, no, I am worried, because it still should be a movie with complete arcs and a story from beginning to end, regardless of where it sits in its sequel status. That's the major problem I had with this.
Yeah, and I can see that for sure. And it's funny because you guys said the Halloween thing literally at the exact same time. It's hilarious.
Somebody gets me.
Yeah. But I will say, though, that my only real dislike about this movie is how there was literally, 4 storylines?
It's a lot.
Yeah. Maybe 5? Hang on. Let me just do a real quick count in my head. We got that one. We got that one. We got that one, and that. So 5. There's 5 storylines.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Think about it. There's 5 storylines.
And I think they handled it relatively well. But again, this movie would have had to have been 4 hours long to nail that. So
I just don't think that they needed to do that many storylines. If you think about it, I don't want to do it on stream, but
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
There are 5. It's technically there are 5, but they don't really dive into the 5th one. It's just kind of introduced in the beginning. Yeah, see, 5 technically, but that's too many for me. It's like, okay, we don't really need to talk about half of these.
For sure.
2 storylines, 3 if you're smart, but 4 is really pushing it, and I think that's why this dropped from an A to a B plus to me.
Yep. Again, the pacing was there, but I like the music more. I like the animation more.
Animation's so good.
So freaking good. And I did like the tone of this film. It felt very like the first one, struggling with a lot of stuff and like he overcomes and stuff. This is like being there and dealing with like the hard times of that. Like, just because you made it and you became your Spider-Man, the thing you wanted to be, it doesn't mean you're smooth sailing from there on. And I think this does a really, really great job of diving into Miles having to juggle all these things. Not only the physical, but the emotional weight of that. So yeah, listen, it's a recommend for me. I have notes, obviously, but I think it's worth it to see. I think it's worth it to see in a theater only because of the animation.
Yes.
And the music. It's very big. It's very big. So
I still think that this is a movie that you should absolutely see in the theater. I think it's an experience, even if you are kind of overwhelmed like I was at certain points. And
or wanted
even
to
if,
barf like me.
As Blake, or if you are fully butthurt and taking it out on the movie like Isaac. I definitely think you should see it in theaters because this just feels like one of those movies you should.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's big. It's a very big movie, but and I don't disagree with you, Icky. Like, with all the storylines and stuff it's set up in this movie, it feels like it should have been like a 10-episode Netflix series. That would have been great. But it's not
fantastic.
Nope, so
we didn't get that.
Shut up and deal with it. You will take what we give you, and you will like it. Damn it!
Exactly. But listen, I'm waiting till the third one, Icky, for one reason specifically, to watch you go, okay, now I like the second one.
We're gonna go back and edit the stream.
And here's the nice thing: by the time the third one comes out, we can all 3 go see it together.
Oh, that's true. That's very true. That's very true. So it's a recommend for both movies on both of our parts. I think these are great. I think these are very fun and exciting films. First one more than the second one, but at the end of the day, go see them. Dave.
Yeah.
What else we got going on?
Nothing.
Ha ha!
We are currently in between seasons on the actual podcast proper. We finished up season 3 with our season finale, Interstellar versus 2001: A Space Odyssey, a couple weeks ago, and we're going to be doing some out of season episodes here in the next, I think, 1 per month until we start season 4, which will be this fall.
Yes. Yeah. Lots of stuff going on. We got We got a great episode coming up probably at the end of this month. We also have my birthday episode in July. Lots of stuff to get us through the summer. So who knows, man? But short of that, we're here every week talking about movies, some new, some old, some weird, some gold. I don't know. I tried to rhyme and I panicked.
You failed.
So I suck at this, but at the end of the day, we are here every week. So
yes, we are.
If there's something you want us to talk about, if a new movie, an old movie you want to talk about, let us know. We're in the Discord. There's a link to it in the chat. Our thing does the stuff. Dave, we're also on the social medias.
We sure are at First Prize Pod. We got Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I think we got a Facebook somewhere.
Somewhere
we're not
in
active
fucking
on it.
Either. Yeah. It just reposts our shit from IG. If you're 80, follow us on Facebook.
Right. We post every day, weekday. We don't really post on the weekends, except for last week because I forgot. Because I've been packing up to move to Los Angeles.
True.
But we are back posting every day, so you get little clips. Right now, it's just clips of us on stream because we don't have anything ready. And here is the mascot, Taco Steve!
Can I get a meow up in this piece? He's like, I was asleep and you fucking woke me up. Whatever. Taco Steve keeps us honest.
There he goes. He's like, get off me. I'm going back to sleep, you son of a bitch.
And he poops in my tub. It's fine. But yeah, short of that, send us your movie suggestions. We like to see all the things and all the stuff whenever we can, and we like to run our stupid mouths about them every week.
We sure do. Lastly, follow us if you don't already. And for our newcomer in the stream we haven't seen tonight, Ursula, it was nice chatting with you.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, and anybody else, if you don't subscribe, you can do that for free if you have an Amazon Prime account.
Yes, yeah. You can follow us for free on all this stuff here on Twitch. That's always helpful. But yeah, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can sub to us for free here if you want. No obligation. Taco Steve might judge you. Oh, you fuck. I was literally just talking about you.
What do you do?
He hopped on my desk. I woke him up and he's like, I'm gonna fuck you up, bro.
Yep. That's
the Taco Steve way.
Oh,
hey,
thank you, Ursula. We appreciate that so much. It is our podiversary. Man, we've been doing this for a year. Not the stream. Almost a year for the stream, but
yeah, the world is worse for having us in it.
It's true. It's been a great last year with you, Blake, and I look forward to many, many more.
Likewise, my friend, bringing misery to the world, one stream at a time, one podcast at a time, one Taco Steve at a time.
Usually with my horrible, horrible takes.
Always with your horrible, horrible takes. But we agreed this week.
We did. What does that say about your take this week?
It means I need to do some self-reflection. I need to get back in touch with my therapist. And, I don't know, maybe drink another 4 White Claws. That sounds healthy.
Sure.
I have problems. Anyway, tune in next week to see what mental breakdown I can get myself into then. Until then.
Well, have fun with that, and we'll see you guys next week, I guess.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
I'm truly worried about you.
Why? I love him and he loves me. Obviously, man, sing it, sing it. I'm sorry.
Listen, I think you need to see somebody because
He needs to see somebody.
Yikes.
He needs to accept my love.
He doesn't want it. It's too much.
But I'm singing in the Meow Mix song. Meow, meow, you know the thing with the stuff? Every cat likes that. It's scientifically proven that every cat loves that, Dave. I talked to my vet after she kicked me out of the fucking vet